Hi guys, welcome back. I guess I have a whole bunch of books here and I wanted to do a sort of summer book reading list, but obviously I'm in South Africa, so it will be just a reading list for winter, a reading list for the rest of the year. I have quite a lot of books, including the one that I'm currently reading. And I've bought a lot of new books as well. Whoa, there's like 8 books here. The first one is Murakami, my first Murakami. And this is Kafka on the Shore. I actually wanted to get Norwegian Wood, but they didn't have it when I went there. To the bookstore that I went to, and so I decided to get this one. I was really interested in the story. It basically just follows 2 different people, Kafka and Nakata, and how their lives sort of intersect. It's at first I would say it's a bit slow, but then it does pick up, and I find the magical realism elements and the surrealism really interesting, and I like how sort of semi-existentialist it is as well. And yeah, for my first Murakami, it's a really good read, and I'm a little over halfway. I'm really enjoying it at this point. I'm definitely interested to see how it will end, but after this, I think the next Murakami I'd like to read would be definitely Norwegian Wood, but also probably A Wild Sheep Chase and Men Without Women, the short story. This I got last year, but read and then didn't finish. But this is Sally Rooney, Normal People, and I don't really know what to say about this. I have to properly like read it again and get into it, but I've watched the TV series and I really love the TV series, so maybe in reading it, it was like I was already going through what I knew. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get into this again and hopefully I will really enjoy it and want to read more Sally Rooney books. Another Sally Rooney book I really want to read is Conversation Without Friends. I also watched the TV series and really loved that one, so I think that would be a lot more interesting to read. One I got recently at a book fair is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and this was a really good price. I got it for like 80 rand. I've read this before, so, and I really loved it, so I basically just wanted to read it again, and it's a classic really. It's a really great classic, and I love the movie. The 2011 movie with Mia Wasikowska is one of my favorites, and yeah, I just really love the story. And then we have Elena, Ferrante, My Brilliant Friend. I heard a lot about this and I had to buy it. I can't remember how much it was, but I got this from a bargain books, so it was a little bit cheaper. And I did try to read it. I just had a period last year where I was trying to read, but I couldn't get into anything that I was reading, and this year it's been a little bit easier, especially once I started with Haruki Murakami, but that did take like a couple months to get into, but now I'm like really into it and I read almost every day. So I'm definitely gonna try and get back into this and read this properly this time, and I really want to watch the TV show as well. I was thinking that maybe I could do it at the same time, but I don't know, maybe I'll read it and then watch the TV show. Another Elena Ferrante book. This I got, I don't know how you would describe it, but it was a charity that was selling books, and this was really cheap. It was like 20 or 40 rand. This is The Lying Life of Adults. I haven't started reading it yet. My mother is reading it, so that is why it's got stuff in it, but I really liked the story behind it, and I'm really interested in reading these sort of like Italian based novels. So yeah, I really hope that once I get back into starting Elena Ferrante, I'm gonna enjoy it a lot more. Another book that I got at the same charity place was this book, and I know nothing about the story, know nothing about this author, but it just looked really interesting. It's called Snow Blind by Ragnar Jonasson or Jonasson, and it's like this thriller set in northern Iceland, and I think it's might be, yeah, there's like a murder. It's basically a murder mystery thriller, and I used to really love these types of books in high school, so I'm gonna read it eventually, and hopefully I'll really enjoy this. It has a really interesting look to it, and it's not that long. It's only like 250 pages, which is really nice. And then the two books I got the most recently, which I bought at the bookstore, I've heard a lot about this author, Mieko Kawakami. I've been looking for more female writers and authors recommendations, and she was someone I heard a lot about. So I had wanted to read something by Annie Orno or Banana Yoshimoto or Mieko Kawakami, so I found this, All the Lovers in the Night, and I'm really excited because it's only about around 200 pages, so I think this is going to be what I read next, because I'm looking for something a lot sort of lighter. I'm sure this is going to be a little bit heavy as well, but just in terms of length, because the Murakami is like 500 pages and it's taken me like half a year. And this is about a young freelance proofreader, and she's sort of like going through a lot of like loneliness and being alone, and then she sort of wants to be loved and is sort of looking for something, and then meets a man and then awakens something new in her. This just seems really up my alley and something I would really like, so I cannot wait to read this. And I obviously want to read a lot of her other works as well, like Breast and Eggs and Heaven, which I've heard a lot about, so I'm very excited for this. And I also got a bookmark when I bought this. This was from Exclusive Books if you are in South Africa, and it was like $2.75. And then the last book, which I also got from Exclusive Books, which is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I had obviously known about this for a long time. I've read a lot of classics, but I've never read Wuthering Heights, and I don't think I've ever seen any adaptations of it. So I'd seen there were a lot of references to it in other books and other movies and things, and I just finally I watched the film Emily, which is a great film, which is based off of Emily Bronte's life story, and it's a really good film from 2022, I think. And yeah, I just really wanted to read this, and it was really great because it was under 100 grand, so it seemed worth it. Around, I think it's 300 and something pages, 350 pages, but I'm really excited to read this. And yeah, that is my book list. It'll be really exciting. I want to read a lot more. Hopefully you enjoyed just a kind of more cozier time with me, and I will see you soon. Bye.